Today we are reviewing the PRS Custom 24 Floyd SE. This is IkeGuitar. Let's do this. Guys, what is going on? IkeGuitar here. Today is a fun video. Today I've got a new guitar to review on the channel. Yes, the much coveted, the much sought after, and the somewhat interesting PRS Custom 24 SE Floyd. Yes, this guitar. Woo. We got a Custom 24 Floyd SE. Alright, boys and girls, before you get on me about getting a PRS Floyd, especially a SE guitar, let me just tell you that this is a great deal for me. So I actually traded that guitar for a $450 Epiphone that I had, and it was an easy deal, guys. Just a deal that you couldn't pass up. I got too much value out of this trade. Great trade. But now I have a new toy to review for you guys on the channel. This is 2018 Floyd. The MSRP on the current models run about $1,000, okay, as of this filming. So this one probably is worth about $850, $900 on the used market. I do have some upgrades I'll explain to you in a little bit here. Now, what came with this guitar? Well, if you got a Floyd Custom 24 SE, it come with this PRS gig bag. This might be a little different than what they have now. You know, I don't mind PRS gig bags, but the old ones were terrible. I mean, it's you can look at it here, like, it definitely does not make the cut as far as bags are concerned. The way the headstock lays in it and this little insert piece, I'm just not a fan of it. I know PRS never gives away decent cases with its guitars, and that's okay. We're not gonna begrudge PRS any on this one. I've got enough bones to pick with them. But I do really like the guitar. It is pretty cool. Let's talk about this guitar, by the way. A maple top with this striped veneer, right? Flame maple veneer. So not really flame maple, but it gets the job done. We also have two pickups, the 8515 SE combos right here. Now these are actually not terribly voiced pickups. Like, I like the pickups on this guitar. Now I would go with something a bit more tried and true on this one, but for an SE pickup, I've heard them worse, right? So if you have enough gain, they're gonna sound just fine, right? And then of course we have a three-way selector switch. And that's decent, pretty standard, but the nice feature is we've got a little coil split action going on. You can lift up the tone pot, it'll split the coils of the two pickups, and I really do appreciate that. The back of the guitar, mahogany, right? Neck, mahogany, which is nice, a nice little touch. Didn't expect to get true mahogany on a guitar like this. And then we've got, of course, a rosewood fretboard with Paul's birds. I will notice that, like, what the heck of a bird is this? I know it's a hummingbird, okay? Like, this bird should be a hummingbird, but for the PRS imports, they never look like that. They always look like some modeled mess. I do like the inlays on this, not terrible at all. But let's talk about the Floyd Rose. The Floyd Rose on this guitar has been specifically designed for this Paul Reed Smith SE, but we've got a few additions to it from the guy that owned it before me. This guitar has an FU tone sustain block. You can see the brass sustain block in the back. FU tone stands for Floyd Upgrade Tone. It's a guy who pretty much makes superior Floyd Rose parts for Floyd Rose style guitars. And then he also has his FU tone titanium saddle inserts. So the actual Floyd Rose consists of the screws that push a string up and against a saddle insert block that tamps the string down to provide some tension, and those titanium inserts make the sustain that much better. Also a bit more tuning stability. And then this neck is going to be a wide, thin neck. So this is actually a pretty thick neck, and I like it. It doesn't play as fast as you'd expect a PRS guitar to play, but I think it gets the job done. And I think a wider neck actually feels really good on this guitar. So I'm not super picky about how wide the neck is. It could have been a wider neck, it could have been a thinner neck, but I think this neck is, like Goldilocks said, just right. Now, number of frets, obviously being a custom 24, we have 24 frets, 25-inch scale length, and we've got these PRS design tuners. I mean, you know these tuners, right? Like, everyone knows these tuners. And then of course we have the locking nut clamps for the Floyd Rose. And overall, like, this guitar, it's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. I don't mind it one bit. Now, it wouldn't be a good guitar video if I didn't actually play some tones for you. So I'm gonna actually be playing through a Line 6 amp. Nothing says SE like a Line 6. Yes, a Line 6 Spider from when I was a kid. I'm gonna get you some really gnarly metal tones. And I'm gonna show you how cool this thing sounds, even with an amp that's as solid state as this one. Alright, I've got this thing tuned up pretty close, I believe. And we're gonna start off with our middle position. So we'll be playing out of both pickups here, and we're gonna see how this sucker sounds. Now we'll be in first position. We're going through the neck pickup right now. And now always my favorite pickup on the guitar, it's going to be, of course, bridge position. Let's give this thing a nice spin, shall we? Split coils, I'll be around the guitar pickups. Let's see how this thing sounds. Alright, so thoughts on the PRS SE Custom 24 Floyd. You know, I don't mind the guitar. I mean, I like the guitar well enough. I think the coil split doesn't sound right to me. Like, I'm not a big fan of the coil split on the guitar, although I do like the sound of the 8515s. They do require a good bit of like EQing. They are a bit wubby. Like, I took out pretty much all the lows on the line 6 and I boosted the mids a little bit, and you just need something to take care of the low end. And I think if you take care of the low end, I think it sounds decent. So I think if you enjoy a Floyd Rose guitar, I think the SE can offer you a decent mid-grade Floyd Rose sound. Maybe you may want to think about upgrading the Floyd Rose a little bit, and or getting different pickups. Maybe some bare knuckles, some EMGs or something that's gonna actually sound a little bit better. And then of course putting a tube screamer in front of your signal chain, it's only gonna remove more of that low end for you. So keep that in mind when you're buying or thinking about buying a PRS Floyd Rose Custom 24 SE Floyd. Woo! That is a lot of words. But hope you guys liked the review. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. I make videos all the time. Guys, you're not going to want to miss a single episode. If you haven't seen my video about the 3 guitars that you shouldn't buy yet, check it out. It's pretty cool. Also did a review on the SE Silver Sky, the new SE John Mayer guitar to be released. Check it out in the description below. And of course, guys, have a good day, and we'll see you next time on IkeGuitar.